So for me, BTS is their brilliant songs. It's like if a song gonna be 100% value, I get 70% of the value from the melody and the harmony and only 30% from the lyric. This is my personality, kind of. If I do not exaggerate it, most of the time I get 80% from the melody and harmony when it's too crazy and beautiful, and I only get 20% of the lyric. Yeah, but for most of the people, like I had a friend of mine that he would get 80% of the lyric and only 20% of the melody. If you would ask him what the melody is all about, he was just like, I have no idea. I only understand the lyric. But for me, it's exactly the opposite.
괜히 선율 위에서 나 홀로 버티고 있어. 이제 내게 말해줘. 끝났단 걸 let me know. 순간 단위로 눈가엔 뚝뚝뚝 비가 고여. 네가 고여. 숨만 쉬도 네가 보여. 사랑은 벚꽃처럼 폈다가 쉽게 지는 게 맞나봐. 꿈꾼 것처럼 우린 불꽃처럼 탔다가 쟤만 남게 됐잖아. Hey girl, I know 네가 일방적으로 내린 결론. 네 손이 멈춰도보다 뜨거웠던 너의 온기조차 사라질 선유 위에서 난 계속해서 제자리에 돌돌이표 마치 부끄러진 악보 위에 나 홀로 돌고 있어. 마무리된 이 선유 위에서 나 홀로 버티고 있어. 이제 내게 말해줘. 끝났단 걸 let me know. Girl let me know. Girl let me know. 이미 다 끝난 건 알고 있지만 미련이라도 남지 않게만. Girl let me know. Girl let me know. Girl let me know. 뭐라도 말해줘. I just wanna know, know, know. I just wanna know, know, know. 미련이 마침표 앞에서 버티고 있어. 그러니 뭐라도 내게 말해줘. Girl let me know. 함께한다진 어디로 시간과 함께 사라지고 외벨의 힘에 무너진 도미노 마치 줄리엣 로미오. 너무 뜨겁게 너 좋아한 건지 너와 내 온기가 지켜지지. 이제와 돌이켜 너와의 feel은 뭐 할까란 일은 네 생각과 지금 넌 나의 밤에 별을 가져가 낮에 해를 가져가. 결국 남은 건 하나 창구룸의 어둠만. 그래 만남도 있음 헤어짐도 있을 거라는 법 never ever. 이게 무슨 법이든 어기고 싶어 스스로 외면 나에게 죄면. 마무리된 이 선율 위에서 나 홀로 버티고 있어. 이제 내게 말해줘. 끝났단 걸 let me know. Girl let me know. Girl let me know. 이미 다 끝난 건 알고 있지만 미련이라도 남지 않기만. Girl let me know. Girl let me know. Girl let me know. 뭐라도 말해줘. I just wanna know, know, know. I just wanna know, know, know. 미련이 마침표 앞에서 버티고 있어. 그러니 뭐라도 내게 말해줘. Let me know. 멍청이 알지 몰라. 이미 다 끝난 사랑 하나쯤 안고 살잖아. 마음이 있는 건 나냐. 될 수 없단 것도 알아. 근데 가끔씩 취한 듯이 왜 체한 듯이 다시 내 속에서 터질 것처럼 울컥 올라와 날 좋아하게 만든 네 상상 속에서 너무 싸우고 와해하고 널 이해해. 네 손짓 네 눈빛 애매한 데 사라지진 않을까. 사라지진 않을까. 사라지진 않을까. 사라지진 않을까.
Cool. So it's from the third album, right? It's from their third albums, right? Or it's the second album? Ralphie said, BTS has a lot of philosophical and literacy references. It is certainly a difficult task. When Map of Soul came out, we had psychologists come in and explain the concept in simple language to us. Alright. I don't want you to do it here. Just go to time with the lyrics as well. Do it in your own time and your own pace. It's not such a big deal to me, guys. Like, let me tell you an analogy. Imagine there is a guy, for instance, from Iran, that he cannot speak English. And you have a friend of yours just by your side, and you're three people walking down the street. Yes, you do care about the guy or the girl that cannot speak your language, but it doesn't necessarily mean that you have to make contact with him. If you do it too much, you're gonna just waste your time. It's like, dude, you don't talk our language, you don't talk English. You try to make some time that person gonna have good time, but technically you and your friend are gonna talk to each other a lot because you know the language. You have similar languages. And when it comes to songs, I understand the language of music. I worked a lot of years on top of it. Like, I spent 10 years of my life, nearly a decade, learning music and knowing what is going on in that world. But I never tried to become, a poet. I never could read poem. I cannot memorize lyrics, like, not at all. Not even when I was a kid. Like, when I was in elementary school and teachers were forcing us to memorize the lyrics, I couldn't find a pattern in lyrics to be able to memorize them. It's just like, imagine if I give you, 30 different random numbers and I want you to remember them all together. It's quite impossible. But if I give you some good pattern of numbers, you definitely can memorize them in only seconds. So I tried a lot, but I don't get it. I'm saying I still read them. I still read lyrics, and I can read them just like a book. Because when I read books, I understand books. And when I read lyrics, I understand lyrics. But I cannot relate to them. It's, there is no connected feelings between my brain and literature, which I'm really sad because of that. I always wanted to write good lyrics. I write something, but that doesn't make any sense to some degree. I don't have the knowledge in that department. But, the vibe of the music. For me, it was always music. Honestly, I like, for instance, Steven Wilson, the greatest artist in the whole world, in my opinion. And he writes very, very deep and meaningful lyrics. And when I read them, I'm just like, wow, cool, very nice. And if somebody explains it to me, I'm just like, wow, this guy is absolutely a good poet. But when it comes to his music, it blows my mind away. Like, it's just like, wow, dude, you don't need to sing. Just make some music. We're still going to listen to them. Yeah, no, I'm not forcing anything. I'm just, for me, it's just art. It's just art, and it's BTS producing very, very good music. Like, their music, the vibe that they're sharing, all the narratives in the rhythm and melody and everything is just fantastic. That's why I like these people. That's why I sit here and listen to their music, because it's just fantastic. I like them because of who they are, because of their personality, and I like them because of the music that they produce, which is fantastic. But to be honest, some people like them because of their music, and some people like them because of their lyrics. But for me, it's music. For me, it used to be music, and it is music, and it will be music. So if I want to be super honest, I like Beethoven more than any artist in the world, only because of the music. There's no lyrics in there, right? So, yeah, music. Anyway, like let's go to the next one. So this Dark and Wild, is it their second album or is their third album? Do anybody know? Red Bullet concert after this album, if the timelines matches our playlist. Yes, why not? Fourth album, first studio album. Okay.